We're the indie project Bee and Theo, and we've been living and travelling the world in vans for the past 6 years. We're currently renovating an abandoned stone barn in Portugal to turn into a beautiful tiny home for us and our cats Ginjey Bear and Furrnando. Follow our journey from the very beginning as we document the whole process of creating an off-grid home.
Good morning guys, welcome back to another video, and you might have realised that we're in yet again another different house, and this is the third house that we're staying in, and Bee's cousin and her partner have kindly let us stay here, which is amazing, so thank you guys. It's a beautiful place. We've been hanging out here for the last couple of days, but today we've got important things that we need to get done so that we can head back to Portugal. I think I'll grab a banana for the road. So we now have about an hour and a half drive to Nottingham to pick up Ginjey Bear because we need to take her to the vet so we can get her jab so she's ready to travel back to Portugal, which is exciting but also frustrating because none of the vets in Nottingham could do the jab until next week, and you have to wait 3 weeks from the point of the jab that you can travel back to Portugal. So it's really annoying, but it's fine, and that is why we're going to drive Ginjey Bear all the way from Nottingham to Droitwich to a vet where Bee actually used to work, and we used to live nearby on our narrowboat. It's about a 2-hour drive, but it's all worth it because it means that we can go back to Portugal sooner than if we had waited for an appointment a whole nother week. We have just come out the service station. We stopped for a quick toilet break, and I was hoping to try out the new things that Greggs have on offer for vegans and vegetarians, but unfortunately they'd sold out completely, and it makes sense because there's so many people here. It's ridiculous. It just makes me want to get back to Portugal even more, where it's nice and quiet. But I did go to M&S and I got myself a nice bean wrap for the drive. There she is. Ginjey Bear's been left outside by my parents. Let's see how she's doing. Hello. You ready to go to the vet? Yeah. So we have just left Nottingham and now we are on our way to the vet, and the sat nav's telling us it's going to take about 2 hours. It's a long time, but Ginjey is very good at traveling and is unfazed by going in a car or a van or anything like that. She's traveled all around Europe in our camper van and she's never been a problem. She literally grew up traveling around, so she's so used to it, which is just amazing. Ginjey Bear, it's time to go into the vet. You'll be fine. And you did a nice smelly poo for us, didn't you? Down here somewhere in the footwell, which was quite good, better than going on the seat. But I can tell you, it smells horrendous. I'm gonna have to go and clean that up now. Bee has gone into the vets right now, and the smell in the car is horrendous. I can't sit in there, and I've got nothing that I can clean it up with properly, so I'm gonna have to wait until we can find a place to clean it up properly, because it stinks, absolutely reeks. But I just thought I'd give you a little bit of background information about why we came to this vet. And it's a long journey. Obviously it took us 2 hours and an hour and a half drive from Birmingham to get here, but it's worth it because all of the vets, they know Ginjey Bear. Ginjey Bear was actually found at these vets, or found up a tree and then brought into these vets where she stayed, and all of the vets absolutely loved her. And Bee was working at the vets at the time as a veterinary nurse and decided to keep Ginjey Bear, and that's the backstory about how we got Ginjey Bear. And she's such an amazing cat. I'm so happy that we took her on, and we were actually living on a narrowboat just down the road at the time. I don't know what my parents have been feeding Ginjey, but I've had to leave the door open and step away from the vehicle because the smell's too intense sitting on the seat even with the door open. So I'm staying over here for a bit, and hopefully that will air it out. The main reason we came to this vet is because we rang around all the different veterinary practices in Nottingham and the surrounding area, and none of them had appointments until at least next week. And we can't wait that long, because basically once Ginjey's been seen and she's had the jab that she needs to get, we have to wait 3 weeks before we can travel with her. And 3 weeks is a long time, and we don't want to extend that any longer than we have to, because both me and Bee want to get back to Portugal and get cracking with the barn conversion. As you guys know, I really enjoy testing myself and learning new things, which brings me on to today's sponsor, which is Brilliant. I've recently started using this problem-solving based app with fun and informative courses to improve my math skills, as there's a lot of that involved in our barn conversion. I'm currently doing a course called The Joy of Problem Solving, which requires creativity, intuition, knowledge and skill. Getting started with Brilliant is as easy as downloading the app or heading to their website, where you can then join and scroll through many different courses available, which will puzzle you, surprise you and expand your understanding of the modern world. So to improve your math skills or computer science, as well as many other topics, go to brilliant.org/theindieprojects and sign up today for free. The first 200 people to click the link in our description get 20% off an annual premium subscription. And I hope you guys enjoy using Brilliant as much as I do. So I've just taken a slight detour because I really want to show you guys the canal where we used to moor up our narrowboat and actually live, and it's not too far from the vets where we were just at. So if I walk down this towpath past this bridge that a car's just about to go over, you'll notice that the canal is right here, and this is right where we used to spend a lot of time mooring our narrowboat. And it's really beautiful because you're surrounded by farmland and it's really quiet apart from the motorway that you can hear in the background, but your mind kind of just blanks that out after a while. But we used to moor our narrowboat right here next to these reeds, and you can see we'd have a view out of our window of such lovely greenery. You got nice views all the way down, and also down here there's some really nice walks. We both really enjoyed our time on the canal. It's such a peaceful and nice way to live, and once you get over the motion sickness of actually living on a boat, it becomes really enjoyable. And like I said, we spent so much time in this area and it is really beautiful. There's stunning walks. If I carry on down here for a couple of miles, I'll turn up to a beautiful old pub that we used to spend some time in. It'd be good because we get some exercise, but then at the end of it you get rewarded because you get to the pub and you can have some food or a drink. And I've actually just spotted some boats down here, so it looks like people are mooring a little bit further down now. One of the things I really like about living on a narrowboat is you can moor up in some stunning locations, and it doesn't cost any different to living somewhere like that. Look at that, that's a multi-million-pound house right there, and we were moored up just down the road from it, and we have the same area to enjoy, pretty much the same views, without having to pay the price tag of having and maintaining a £1 million house. It's absolutely crazy. It's the great thing about narrowboats, and some people are just passing here. Hello, nice to meet you. But yeah, it's just such a great way of life. You can see these guys absolutely enjoying themselves. Oh yeah, it really is a great way to live. So I definitely recommend, if you've never been on a narrowboat or never lived on a narrowboat, maybe it's something you could try because it's very affordable really. Once you've bought the boat, then that's where you reap the benefits, because you can go anywhere on the canal network, but it's also really affordable. Even the marina fees aren't that expensive. As long as you're outside of London or any posh places like that, you can be right up in the countryside with your own stunning views of fields and farmland, and it really is a great way to live. And right now it's getting late, so we need to jump back on the motorway because we're actually meeting my parents about an hour and a half away. So they're meeting us so that we don't have to go the full length to Nottingham, because it's already been a really long day of driving. So yesterday was an incredibly busy day. We ended up driving for about 8 hours backwards and forwards from Birmingham to Nottingham to Droitwich and back again. It was crazy, but I'm really happy we did, because now Ginjey has her rabies jab, which means she can now travel. Well, we need to get one more thing. We basically need to get her a travel certificate 10 days before we actually travel, but it means from yesterday, when she had her jab, we can travel in 3 weeks time. So we've actually just booked our ferry back to Portugal, and I'm so excited. But me and Bee, we're both feeling a little bit, I don't know how to explain it. We've been in the city the whole time. There's lots of people. We're not used to it anymore. So we decided we're going to jump in the car, head to Somerset, and we've got a nice Airbnb for the night. And I'm excited to show you around because it's got a lot of similarities to what we want to do in our barn conversion. So we are now on the M5 heading south. We've got about a 2-hour drive until we get to our Airbnb, and Bee actually booked it, and I've not really seen much about this place, but she has good taste, so I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And we're just there for one night, and then we think tomorrow we'll move along somewhere else and try and book in somewhere else on a little road trip. Hello, welcome to our Airbnb. It's called The Barn and it's amazing. It's given me and Bee already so much inspiration. Just look at it, it's incredible. You got a beautiful mezzanine over this side, which is how our mezzanine's gonna be. It's crazy how similar Bee managed to find this place. And it's got these fairy lights, which I know you're really interested in, having fairy lights and making it really like warm and cozy, and all this reclaimed wood on the ceiling. It's just beautiful with these hanging lights. But there's enough room in here, isn't there?
It is spacious.
It's really similar to what we're gonna do. So we've got like white walls. This was an old stone barn and pigs used to live in here. So this really resonates with us and it's just gorgeous. The kitchen area is really compact but got everything you need, which is good to know because our kitchen we're planning to have is going to be the same kind of size. So our kitchen's probably going to come to about here and have everything we need in this section, like our fridge, our cooker. We're looking to get like a mini range cooker, which we're very excited about, and we're actually going to go and look at some in the next couple of days. They even left us some fresh bread, some duck eggs and some oranges. You got a kettle, a nice big sink, and we love these shelves and things that are hanging. So we've got this really old ladder that we reclaimed that we really want to use in the kitchen, and we're thinking we're going to have the ladder hanging over and then we can hang stuff from the ladder, maybe have some fairy lights, make it feel really cozy and homely. But this is gorgeous. The living area in this barn is really cute, really small, and you've got a nice L-shaped seating area. And it's a little bit of a different setup to how our renovation's gonna be, because in this barn, you don't have access underneath in the living area, underneath the mezzanine. So in ours, that's gonna be our living area just like this. But here it's used as a garage for a car and storage. So it's a little bit different, but it just shows how small an area can be, but how cozy and enough space for two people who live in here can just hang out and chill. And I really like this like cubby hole here where they've put shelves in, so maybe we can do something similar for our little cubby hole. There used to be a window. And yeah, big TV, nice sized table. It's got everything you want. And a lot of you guys ask us, are we gonna have a bathroom inside our barn conversion? And the thing is, we're not, because we've already got our outhouse and we like to keep them separate. But in here, they've done a fantastic job of incorporating the two. So the size of this barn is slightly different. This is a little bit lower and a little bit smaller roof space than what we have in our barn, but it's slightly longer. So they're able to fit in a nice bathroom. So check this out. So in here, you got a toilet, you got a shower, and then a sink and a nice little heated towel rail. So you got everything you need, but we don't really have the space in ours. We're very lucky that we've got a lot of height. So let me take you up onto the mezzanine and show you how similar it is to ours. So you can see here, under the mezzanine, there's a door that goes through to the garage area with storage, whereas ours is a slightly different layout, and that's going to be our living area under our mezzanine bedroom. But they've had the bedroom up above on the mezzanine as well. I can't believe how similar this place is. It's crazy. And look at the staircase going up. So the ladder, or the sladder, this is definitely a sladder as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of a mix between a ladder and a staircase for sure. And we're kind of debating and going up and down it and going, how steep is it? Could we have our steeper? Could we have our sladder in the middle? I really like the symmetry, and you guys know me by now and how particular I am about certain things, and I think the sladder could work in the middle of the mezzanine. We just don't know how much space it's going to take up in the whole building, but actually here it doesn't feel like it encroaches on the space at all because it's fairly steep. And if I go up, it's a lovely space up here. It's so cozy. I can imagine sleeping up here on a rainy day with the pitter patter of the rain on the Velux window. There's a Velux window up here and it's in pretty much the same location as where we're going to have ours. So if I come up, one thing with up here is it's a little bit lower than ours. So as you guys know, in ours I can fully stand up, and we did that because I'm very tall and it'd be uncomfortable if we're living in here. But this is really cozy, and you got the Velux window with the light pouring through underneath the bed. It's such a nice space, and this just proves that the mezzanine was such a good idea because you have a view out over the whole barn. It's just beautiful. Yeah, and this is the reverse view, sitting on the bed looking over the barn. How lovely does it look? You can see the stairs down there. I'm going to walk down, but this place is really giving me good vibes. Absolutely love what they've done with the kitchen as well. This is how we want to have it. So a small little kitchen with a block of colour, a nice wooden surface, and we're thinking a Belfast sink. We were already excited to go back to Portugal, but now me and Bee are full of ideas. We cannot wait to get stuck in again on the barn because we've just got so many ideas. We've got so many things that we want to incorporate into the barn, and we know it's going to be incredible. And staying in places like this who have already done it, and it's very similar to what ours is going to be like, it really gives us hope that what we're doing is the right thing, even though I never had any doubt that we're not doing the right thing, and I've got the vision in my head exactly what it's going to look like. It's still really lovely to spend time in a place and see what others have done. So the evening just got incredibly epic. We ordered a curry. Wherever we go, we have to try the curries, and this looks like a very nice biryani, and we're going to be proper traditional English people and sit and watch TV because we don't even own a TV. So we're just going to sit here with our curry, watch the TV, and have a nice chilled evening. Good morning, guys. So last night was pretty good because the curry that we ordered was probably the best curry that I've ever had in my life. The naan bread, I keep telling Bee about it. I keep saying this naan bread is incredible, and unfortunately she can't have naan breads because she's gluten free. But I tell you what, the smell, the taste, the texture, everything was perfect. So that just wrapped up a lovely stay in this barn conversion. It's been so cool seeing what this place is like because it's so similar to our barn conversion. It's really cool to see what works and what doesn't, and actually I haven't really found anything that doesn't work apart from the mezzanine platform could be a bit higher, and on our barn conversion it is, so that's really cool. But this is just for people to stay in like for a couple of nights at a time, whereas we're going to be living in ours, so it's important that we can stand up and walk around in the bedroom. And now it's time to actually get out of bed because in about half an hour we need to check out of this place. And these stairs are actually really nice. They're not too steep, but they don't take up too much room. Bee's in the shower at the moment, so she'll be out. I can jump in the shower, and then we're gonna head off and go for a lovely walk. So we have now left the Airbnb and we're just driving through a place called Cheddar Gorge, and it's absolutely beautiful, it really is. Unfortunately, it's a Friday, it's the summer holidays here in the UK, and it's incredibly busy, and we didn't really come on our little trip out of the city to spend time around loads of people. It feels like we're back in the city a little bit. We're so used to Portugal where we can go to the lake and have the whole place to ourselves, so it is a little bit of a shock to the system. It's also started to rain as well, so we're being wimps because we don't really have the right clothing with us for wet weather hiking. But anyway, we're gonna carry on and see what we can find, because we booked a really cool place to stay tonight. So we just pulled up in a place called Clevedon, and I'm very excited, and so is Bee, because it's right by the sea. How well did that just rhyme? But yeah, we're excited. I can already smell the sea air, and we're gonna go and check out what it's like right now. So Bee's already up here, and I'm anticipating behind this wall will be the sea. Here it is, and that's not what I was expecting at all. I thought the sea would be right here, like the beach. But this looks like it's some sort of like swimming area. There's literally people on paddle boards, people fishing, crab fishing, and then there's people swimming in the distance over there. This is actually really cool. I wasn't expecting this at all. So we have just been walking along the swimming area, and it's so nice to see all the different families out enjoying the day by the beach, swimming, paddleboarding. There's people playing bowls, there's people playing tennis, people having ice creams and eating food. It really is a nice summer activity and place to be here in England. It's a shame the weather couldn't be a little bit more sunny, but at least it's not raining like it was earlier. And now we're just going for a walk along the actual beach. So we've decided that the plan is we're going to follow this path all the way down here and walk all the way to the end of the pier. So this is as close as I'm going to get to the pier, because Bee's just walked up to the entrance and it's actually closed after 4 p.m. so we're not allowed to go on it, but we can admire it from the distance, and it is really beautiful. Me and Bee just had so much fun on the arcade. It was hilarious, and I won loads of tickets, and I just gave them to 2 little kids, and they were so excited because now they can redeem them tickets for some sweets. So that's nice. I don't need any sweets. Right now, we spent far too much time on them machines, and we need to book in to our hotel for tonight. We've just arrived at the hotel, and it's in a beautiful location, and the building looks stunning. It was only like a half an hour drive from the sea to here, and I'm actually pretty knackered, so I'm looking forward to checking out the room. Guys, check how beautiful this building is where we're staying. It's gorgeous, and the grounds are really nice as well. Really nicely done out. Maybe I'll go for a walk around the grounds before bedtime. So this is our hotel room for the night. It's called India, which is a lovely name. And if I come inside, look how nice and mood lit this room is. It's gorgeous. It's almost like stepping back in time. Got a big wardrobe there that looks about 200 years old. Big double bed, and then obviously TV, nice big mirror, and we were hoping for a bath, but we've got a nice big shower instead, so that will do. Toilet, which you always hope to have in a hotel room, and then a nice big sink and a mirror, and we would definitely enjoy ourselves in this hotel room tonight. It's going to be a nice rest and just hang out, watch some TV and eat nice food. And before I unwind for the evening, I thought I'd come and check out the grounds of this place because it's absolutely beautiful. There's flowers everywhere, different sculptures. It's just a really nice place to be. We've been really lucky with the last 2 places that we've stayed, and it's been so nice to just have a break away from the city because it does become a little bit too much for us. All the people, everything's really fast paced and go, go, go. And we're used to being fast paced, but in our own environment, it's very different. And the city really kind of tires you out. So it's nice to unwind for a couple of days and especially see the sea today. That was definitely a highlight. Check out this really cool water feature. How nice is that? I love the sound of like trickling water. I definitely need to put a water feature on the land somewhere, maybe by the barn. And then you've just got these rows of just gorgeous flowers everywhere, which is really nice. There's a rope swing there, so I'm definitely gonna have a go on that. And then if you come around here, past the rope swing and past this magnificent tree, it's really hard to get a scale of that tree, but it's huge. And there's the hotel in the background. And here, there's a really nice area with an outside barbecue. So I imagine when it's nice weather, they get that up and running. It's a lovely place to hang out for the evening. I've just taken cover on the rope swing under this massive tree, which is doing a pretty good job at keeping me dry, considering it is absolutely tipping it down. We definitely had the best of the day, and it was really cool to see Cheddar Gorge and drive through there, and then to see the sea and walk along the seafront, and then playing on the 2p machines. That definitely took us back to our youth. It was so good. I remember going to the seafront as a kid and playing on those machines, and I've definitely not lost my competitiveness because I wanted to win, that's for sure. You saw me on Splat the Rat. Hopefully I'll put some clips in there But yeah, I never lose my competitiveness. But yeah, it's so nice just hanging out with Bee, spending some time in a different environment and checking out some cool inspiration for our own build. So I'm gonna leave this vlog here. I hope you've enjoyed it, and make sure you tune in for the next one, because soon we're gonna be going back to Portugal. The ferry is booked and we're gonna start getting our stuff together, ready for the big trip back.